Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to this Cosa Nostra Radio production. Cosa Nostra is a family unit located on allpoetry.com. Allpoetry.com, the world's largest poetry community. We want to thank Kevin and the crew for giving us a place to call home and hang our hats. The content and opinions of the people, the callers, and the hosts do not necessarily reflect the beliefs and opinions of Cosa Nostra ownership and management. Enjoy this Cosa Nostra programming.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Oh man, this is going to be another fun thought, I think, because different people bring out different things in each other, and love is one of those things that I guess it's kind of open to interpretation, and if you're lucky enough to define that last kiss and deal with it that way, then you don't have to go crazy trying to figure out some of the heartache that some people experience. And but then there's other people that look at the idea and they equate love with pain. So there's a lot of disappointment in a lot of people's lives. I know if you would have told me back before I was married that I was going to get divorced, I would have said there's no way. I don't believe in it. But live and learn, huh? Welcome to the show again. I've got JCA on the line. Say hello, Jay.
I want to know what love is. I want you to show. Yeah. All right. Hey, what's going on?
Nothing, man. That definitely feeds the thought for me, because some people don't, they've got different ideas, and sometimes you don't find out that their idea of love is, different from yours until a couple of years down the road, and you wind up with a broken heart. Or some people just refuse to let the walls down and beat you off. No pun intended. Wait a minute, what time is it? Anyway, that's one of those things that it's hard. It's really rough to relate to some people sometimes. Communication and understanding to make a relationship work, which leads to, I think, all these different thoughts and all these crazy memes. The one that I pulled is kind of a combination of two different ones, but I've seen it combined like that as well. The idea about, I never knew what love was until I met you, and then I understood why it never worked with anyone else. Sometimes you meet that special person and things just click and gel, and, the idea of arguments and fights just, kind of fade into the background, and life seems wonderful and beautiful. Until, you have that epic fight, or, you catch him in bed with someone else, or, something else happens. Well, God knows, fate is a fickle mistress, I guess. Life is weird. Yeah, Yeah. I mean, it's funny that all the different psychological things that go on. I think mania is one of them, where, those highs and lows that define what makes up a mania. The roller coaster that 1 minute you're like, your heart's beating like it's going to jump out of your chest, and you can't, your mouth is all dry and you can't get your words out straight, and then the next minute you're like all depressed, like the person's not around. It's really messed up, And that's another thing. I laugh sometimes when I look at the dating sites. They have the ads, and they're like, they want to find someone within like 5 minutes or 5 miles of where they are. It's like, love should be that convenient that it's going to be in your backyard. If you found the perfect person, and you didn't want to give it a chance, and you want, we're willing to give it a chance. Some people would uproot their lives and move across the ocean to be with this person, and to chase after this thought, this ideal that's been spoon-fed to us by, Disney and everyone else. This ideal that's almost impossible, this fairy tale that's, destroyed so many people's idea of what love is about. Do we have anyone on the phones yet?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Let's stop letting people in, and I'll stop ranting and get to some poetry.
No problem. We got Boo, of course.
Just Boo. No big
Just
deal.
Boo.
Yeah. I was going to tell you, like, love is like the highest high and the lowest low, It's both spectrums.
In love with, did you say in love with love?
No, I said I think love is like the highest high and then like the lowest low, depending.
Yeah, that's about mania, yeah. But, the thing that kills me is, people like us, we throw ourselves into it and commit to it. So it's like, how do you know when it's that last first kiss? How do you know? Every time you go into it, it's like, oh, this is the one. This is the one.
Yeah.
How many the ones are there, and is there only one, Can you love more than one?
No, I don't believe in that.
There's so many debates about stuff like that. It's really, quite a daunting thought to try and wrap your mind around. It's, philosophers and everyone go. Anyway, I'm ranting. Let more people in.
I think that's ridiculous, though. Just one person. I mean, that's like, I don't buy it.
Well, I mean, but there's got, I want to say that it's like, like when people have more than one child, I don't have a favorite, but, this usually is one that does something that kind of elevates one above the other, that you kind of secretly like, well, yeah, kind of. Some people have a way of getting under your skin, I think. There's no question that you love them both, and you lay down your life for any of your kids. But, at the same time, it's like, but, one of them usually, picks up on something about a personality trait or something that they see or just a habit that they have. And sometimes it's something that they pick up from you. They mirror from you. That's a great interview trick, too, when you mirror someone. But anyway, okay, ranting again.
I think there's different people with different stages of your life. So.
Yeah.
Oh, if you ain't the favorite, boy, that sucks, because you know that, too, don't you?
Well, no, you don't always know. Sometimes, the parents are good at making you feel like you're the favorite.
Yeah. Or the black.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just us three. We got right now Jask and Soul are out on the board, so hello you two. Glad to see you out there.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll get the chance to call G.
Hint.
She's got to wait for everybody to wake up.
Yeah, right?
I saw Randall.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll pop in. He's got a poem on the board, so he'll wander in a little bit. Hopefully. Yeah. And I'm sure Bud's probably lurking around too, but the brat hasn't been calling in. He's been selfish with his time, so we have to settle for his beautiful audios, which I still appreciate.
Yeah.
There you go, Boo. I put your prints out on the board.
What?
Your prints.
Oh my God! Go on. That's funny. No.
Kiss a frog, kiss a frog, kiss a frog.
I'll kiss plenty of frogs and toads, believe me. Yeah.
You got none but warts to show for it, right?
Yeah, no. I just got warts.
Oh my gosh.
Among other things. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
So who are we gonna start with, fellas?
Hey, Boo. Boo, you know what the difference is between a frog and a horny toad, Boo?
No, what is it?
A frog says ribbit, 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 and a horny toad says rub it, rub it, rub it.
That's funny. Hey, you know why you can't hear rabbits screwing?
Cotton balls?
Yeah, you thinker, yeah.
What? Why can't? Well, Boo, why can't Miss Piggy count past 68?
Oh God, why?
When she gets to 69, she has a frog in her throat.
That's funny. Well, look, the more she treats him like shit, the more he loves it. You know? So, think about that.
Good point. Where do we want to start, folks?
Well, we got Jask on the board, so let's play Jask.
All right. Brother Jask. Here we go. All right. This is a poem that he's got called Walking Among the Stars.
Walking among the stars. October morning, Rihanna Bosworth, effort only. A Jersey girl taking a walk in oblivion. Acid sprung at her face, carving, deforming, contested, and burn her inside out. Who will think with feather, its fire, being air of wonder, carrying a mirror, two different shores. Her shadow blocking a burning sun, found taking her soul apart. She was a blossom, growing among bitter woods, that is of healing. Here in the madness, strong, wearing away her bones, under her beating chest, she healed the wounds of the stranger, with tears, glinting out through her clouds. By sitting next to me, she seemed hunger with moving thoughts. Though she spoke from the heart, her mouth poured out an angry language. But to the winds had to the stars. The bird falling white of our back. But made our universe taking many years, just for a second sight. It devoured our fastened woods. Devoted to both moon and night, but unutterably silent. I pressed her hands and felt fresh fountain touching human wings. Sun racing calf, apricot Oscar me, as I see the memories, but in mine. Thank you.
Wow. I love the idea of, the heavens and the stars and whatnot, but he talks about getting acid thrown in your face. When you love someone, you like to believe that it doesn't matter what you look like, but a lot of times life shows you different. It's imperfections and whatnot. That was another show. Really, some people are truly above things like that and can see past it and see the beauty in things like that. And then some people just, I don't know what goes on sometimes, but there's that hope and that belief that can't be all, that not everyone is like that. And you see it sometimes, but it's definitely a rare thing. And the shame of it is, sometimes the way life is, it gets crushed. And you try and be above it and hold your head up and walk with someone like that, and people still point there and whisper behind your back, and it kind of deflates you a little bit. It takes away from the specialness of it. And if we could only, it would be wonderful if we could pass that and hang on to it. But not everyone can. This is beautiful, Jack. Jay, what do you think?
Well, bottom line is it is a horrible practice in some countries to maim the women, and it's such a sad state of affairs that people would do this to someone who is absolutely a lovely human being and is just as much deserving of their outward beauty as their inward beauty. And what people do to him, I think it's sick and disgusting. But ultimately, even with that, Jask is still able to see the beauty in that person, still able to see her for what she is. I press her hands and felt fresh mountain snow gushing through my veins. Oh, wow. You know what? It doesn't matter what happened to her. He still sees the beauty. He still sees the beauty there. And I think that that is the beautiful part of what he writes. No matter what may be affecting someone, what may be hurting someone in a negative way, in a way that hurts, harms, he still paints this brilliant picture of regardless, you know what, if you see a person, you see a glimpse of God. And I think that is a wonderful concept right there. Beautiful, beautiful poem, Jask. Amazing.
Yeah, I have to agree. Boo, what do you think?
And it's written with compassion, because think about the acid, right? Those are revenge against women, who don't give in to like marriage proposals or sexual advances that are inequality. It all comes down to men being powerful and dominating the woman, and that in itself is just a coward to begin with. If you have to go that far, you're just like, you've really lost your shit. And but it's accepted in some cultures, but he gets it, I think he writes with compassion and heart. And I think that actually in this poem he shows it how beautiful he is, not just the person, and how big-hearted he is too. And it's he seems to get it, and he's pretty young, so I think that's pretty awesome. And it's a really tough, good poem.
It's a tough stance to be in, to raise your voice against an entire culture, because like you say, it's an accepted practice, but he's in the middle of it, yet he can still say, I don't think this is right. There's something wrong here, and
he said she was a blossom growing among bitter woods, petals of healing. Like, that's deep,
Yeah. Yeah, great poem, Jess.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what next?
What cowards are those fuckers anyways? You know what I mean? You have to get asked, like, God dang, that's so rude. That's so cruel. It's just...
There was someone in the States that did that to get revenge on someone. They threw acid in the woman's face. It was a famous case. I'm trying to remember what her name was. Yeah, yeah.
And she was beautiful, right? Like before?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I remember.
Some people do it out of selfishness. That's been cultural.
Spite.
It's like, if I can't have you, no one can. Flash.
Yeah. Imagine how much that freaking hurts. Holy shit, I would freak out. And it's in your eyes. Oh God, what's the thought? And you can't see anything, and you're burning, and your eyes are burning, and everything. Oh my God! And then the smell is ruining your nose, going down your lungs. I mean, the whole thing is just horrible. I'd rather die, honestly.
Hey, Rat.
Yes, sir.
We have someone on the phone line.
Could it be?
I really need a drum roll for this one, because welcome back, Salwa.
Hello.
Salwa.
Hello.
I got a Tootsie Roll, not a drum roll.
My brother is doing
It's my letter.
My daughter. Hello, everyone. I missed you all.
We miss you.
Bonsoir.
We're keeping the fire burning for you.
I fell asleep. I just literally woke up 8, and I was going to listen, then I changed my mind. Jasper, and I have to say something about Jasper, may I?
Yes.
Yes,
yeah,
please.
I just love his big golden heart. I mean, he writes a lot about women, and he put him shoes, and really in their shoes, I meant. But this one is more than that. He really shows, as you said, all of your compassion, and to love someone for who they are, no matter what. That's just beautiful. I want to give you a big hug, Jasper. I really do. You're an amazing human being. Keep being who you are.
Well, not to put you on the spot, but, there are some people that would say that you practice that as well.
What do you mean practice that as well?
You love people for who they are.
Oh, yes, you have to love people who they are.
True.
I didn't understand. I'm still lost. I didn't get it.
Good morning.
Again, I ask, what is wrong with the men where you live?
Oh, I see. Oh, gosh.
Nice. She's not used to being complimented.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't understand. That's what you're talking about, everyone.
That's what a compliment
Okay, guys.
like.
Now her cheeks are burning. Now her cheeks are burning.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, she does a great imitation of a tomato.
Okay, bye-bye. I'm going back to my hiding spot.
I'm going to hang up.
Okay.
Did you want to read your poem, or did you want to wait?
How are you doing, Boo? Sorry, it's Iraq. Sorry, I had to ask. Sorry.
Fine.
No, that's okay.
Okay, sound okay, so that's great. Okay, excuse me, sorry, Raconteur, what you were saying?
I was asking you if you wanted to read or if you want to wait.
Oh, I don't remember what I put there. No clue. Oh, I did. I remember now. No, I don't.
I've got it uploaded.
Okay, thank you. I can wait.
Yeah,
fine, whatever you want. Whatever you want to do.
You're here, so if you want to, if someone else makes you feel uncomfortable and you want to go run, hide in the corner, we'll let you get read now.
Okay.
It's not going to be that bad. All right.
No, it's not
but
that bad.
I'll go ahead and we'll put Salwas up there. So let's go ahead.
Oh, that's funny.
And here we go.
I love poems. Is love bigger than a mountain? L'amour est-il plus grand qu'une montagne? Love is more than words, yet words of love have scent of rose petals. She tasted the bittersweetness under a rainy sky in her dreams, where her beloved loves her more than himself. His love for her taught her how to love again. His thoughts traveled to her heart. She has seen beautiful things in his eyes. Would they blossom in real life? Time has not revealed it yet. She hopes he meant what he said. As for now, her companion is twilight and moonlight. L'amour est plus que des mots. Pourtant les mots d'amour ont un parfum de pétales de rose. Elle a goûté leur douceur amère sous un ciel pluvieux dans ses rêves, où son bien-aimé l'aime plus que sans moi. Son amour lui a appris à aimer à nouveau. Ses pensées ont trouvé une place dans son cœur. Elle a vu de belles choses dans ses yeux. Fleuriront-ils dans la vraie vie? Le temps ne les a pas encore révélés. Elle espère que ces mots sont sincères. Pour l'instant, son compagnon sur le crépuscule et le clair de lune. End of poem.
Wow. You paint such a beautiful landscape. Someone that has an idea of what it is that they want, and they finally found someone that feels the same way, and you're sharing it. That's what I see in something like this. You're talking about situations of intimacy with someone else, the rainy skies and things like that, things that you're sharing with someone. But, above that, or below that, I guess that's the top, isn't it? You're also talking of it's kind of a awkward thought in the sense that, someone that loves someone, one of the tenets, one of the ideas of that is you put them above you. But, if I try and put you above me and then you try and put me above you, it's almost like, a Jenga contest. And I'm elevating you. No, I'm elevating you. And in the end, you kind of both win because you're both putting each other on a pedestal and not admiring, respecting each other in that way. It's a beautiful thought, and it's one of those things that people spend their entire lives chasing, and sometimes even find it and don't even realize that they have it, and sometimes find it and throw it away, and sometimes find it and gripe about it. I mean, it's funny. Some people, it's like it reminds me of that other thought that when people say happiness is a choice, You know, people choose not to be happy. It could be laying right there in front of them, and rather than say, you know, I'm happy that you appreciate me, they complain that, you know, every time I try and do something for you, you always complain instead of being whatever. This is beautiful, though.
Yeah, that's true. People do that shit all the time.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's easy to forget, you know, in some regards that, you know, this is a poem, and you're painting a landscape with a brush that, you know, is familiar, but, you know, the things that you're touching on are things that we want to talk about. We don't end up not talking about the writing as much as the feeling that you're invoking in it. But it's beautiful the way that you put it. It shows the person that you are. Lovely poem, Sawa. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for the comment.
You want to comment?
Yeah, well, I think what's important about this poem is his love for her taught her how to love again. When you meet somebody like that who changes perspective, the way you look at things, makes you open up again, believe again, and especially when you say you're never going to do it again, and you're like, fuck that, you know, and then there you are again, you know, and you're like, oh, I'm an idiot, but and so his thoughts traveled to her heart. She has seen beautiful things in his eyes. I think also maybe this is like long distance or so far away, or somebody that you want to get close with. Maybe you want to get to know, and you want to know if he feels the same way. And would it blossom in real life? Like, because, you know, anybody can be anybody who they want behind the keyboard, but in real life, in person, a whole other story. And that's when you really know what's up. So you're questioning that, I think, too. So you're a little bit uncertain here, but you still believe and you still love hope. That's just you. Great poem, Sarah.
Thank you so much, Sue.
And Jay?
The bottom line in this poem, there's something extra special about it because it deals with words. It deals with words that someone gives you that you always hold to you, so close to you, and you're just praying that those words mean something. She hopes he meant what he said. I think that line right there kind of summarizes this whole poem, because, you know, people can say words and they don't even remember them the next day that they say them, or even, let's put the next 5 minutes after they say them. And you can go back and you can see where they've actually typed them out. They've put them in messages. They've put them in whatever they put them in, and you can still see those. And those people will act and talk like they never even said them, like it didn't even matter to them, like nothing was important to them. But you try to hold on to what is being said so tightly that you don't want to let go of it. As for now, her companion is twilight in the moonlight. You know, even though that those words are right there that she holds on to, he's not the companion yet. The companion is that night that she is traveling through. And I think that's a big power behind this poem. Excellent job, Sawa.
Oh, thank you so much.
You bring out an interesting thought too about, you know, not remembering the words that they said. In broken relationship, I don't know, personalities, abusive personalities. Sometimes people learn to say things to get what they want, and they don't necessarily mean it. So they'll spout those beautiful words you've never heard, and not even remember saying them for just that reason, because they knew that's what to say to get what they wanted. So they say it, and you know what's funny is people fall in love with those words, and even if you're sincere when you say them, are in love with the idea of what you're conjuring up. So that's always one of my fears, is that, if I'm expressing myself and I'm saying something that someone finds beautiful, are they falling in love with the idea of it, or are they falling in love with me because I'm saying it? It's such a double-edged sword sometimes. It makes me wonder, what's going on with the words that I'm putting out there. How are they being taken?
Yeah. Plus the risk you take in love.
And are you guys ready for this? Hey, Boo, guess what?
Yeah. What?
Your baby cakes is in the house.
Yay!
Yay!
How are you? I wrote a poem for you, my love.
Go, Sky.
The sky is calling. The sky is calling.
Yeah.
You guys are wild tonight. I love it.
Hi, Sky.
Hi, Starla. How are you doing?
I am back. I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, good. I love when you're back.
Thank you.
We keeping you up past your bedtime, Sky?
I am a little tired today. I went to a sunflower festival, and I'm like, it was a lot. I mean, it was beautiful.
Are the sunflowers out?
Have you guys ever been to a sunflower festival?
I've never been to one, but I love this.
No, I've been to a Vidalia onion festival. I've been to a potato festival, but I don't think I've ever been to a sunflower festival.
Oh, that may be so beautiful. You have pictures, guys?
Yeah, I can put one on the board.
What was it, Monet? Well, who was it,
huh?
Monet or Rembrandt that did the sunflowers?
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
All right.
So say hi to Lindsay on the board.
The sunflowers. They were taller than me,
Yeah.
Well, that's not too hard, is it? Sorry.
No, it really isn't. I'm quite sure it's actually. Sunflowers. There you go. I brought you sunflowers.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Ooh, love it.
Awesome.
Wow, they are giant.
You dropped a poem. Did you want to read next?
Me? Yeah, I'd love
yes.
to.
Jump right in.
So I did my best to try to follow what you wanted. I picked this one because it's more of a journey poem about finding that perfect somebody. So I thought it would work. So I hope that's okay.
That's exactly the idea that's exactly the idea of what I was talking about, because it means different things to different people, and every time this this is the one, and then how many times afterwards you say the same thing, it doesn't work out. Oh, this is the one.
Yeah. And a few disclaimers. Jay, Chevron is not a gas station. It is mile markers in England. All right.
I thought it was going to be a duck.
Chevron are mile markers in England, and slips are exits. So little two disclaimers there. I was confused. All right, this is called through.
The vernacular.
Yeah. Well, there's a long, Stephen, when we first did this, he was like, "Why are you writing about love in a gas station?" No. I just wanted to get them there. This is called 3 Chevrons to the Slip of Your Heart, and it's in vignettes by Sky Darkholm, 2019. 3. Proud storm and oval ocean, blink salt on earth's standard trails, ochre upon blended sweet, and as droplets descend, conceding to gravity, they gather pools in by the defined marionette lines that trace phantom smiles. And that is when I press palm to cheek, reach to the elastic caverns, and remind you to breathe. 2. My raison d'etre. There is a moon in your chest where wildered branches of pine and birch come to rest, where dawn's stuttered tongue not only learns new languages, but a serratum of histories, complex and beautiful. And there I too bear stole, a blanket of travesty, unlayered upon tide. 1. There is a beauty when forest meets Moana, when rooted towers reach for open water, the brave and the loyal, the steady and the unpredicting, as if the yin and yang of hearts were perfectly in sync. And I realized through the beat of counting phonetics, I was only ever 3 chevrons to the slip of your heart. And
wow. You know, you using the I don't want to call it foreign, but we are in the States, so I guess it adds a slightly different feel to it to me. But it's still English language and everything else. It's beautiful. The feeling, the underlying emotion. Clicks his army also, so it's still very relatable, even though you're talking in words that had to be explained in some instances. I love the idea of this, and like you say, it's that little journey, and then the sudden realization that really tells the story for me. That's the thing that I liked. In a poem, it's kind of, I chose the name Racantour because of, it's a storyteller, and, this has like that middle and ending type feeling to it, that goal almost that you're striving towards, that ties everything up. The same way when you bookend the poem, the beginning to the end, you tie the thought together. This definitely has that feeling to it that, you've got a definite destination in mind. But, it's the longing to me that you convey with your imagery to get to that point and then share it. That's really what makes it beautiful. I really like this.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sal,
this
can you
is
comment?
really beautiful. He said, wow, I agree. It's a wow here, too. Really exquisite love poem delivered with such elegance. I love the wording. And you evoke so much like a deep emotion and feeling, sentiments. I love especially the second part of the vignette, Ma raison d'être, there is a moon in your chest. Wow. Where wilder branches of pine and birch come to rest. Oh, my goodness. Where Donna's scattered tongue not only learns new languages, and there are 2 bare soul, a blanket. The way I like it and layered upon types, I like it because every line has meaning and they complete each other. Resting, it's when you love someone, you feel comfortable, you rest there, but there's also challenge, like only learning new language, something new. There's so much raison d'être. That's the reason to exist. My goodness. It's really beautiful. I love this particular one. Everyone is beautiful, but this one is so, have so much, evoking so deep feeling and emotions, and layered upon tides. And it is a layer of emotion and sensation that I don't know how to, you have a sound also that lies through the beat of counting phonetics. I was only ever 3 chevrons till the slip of your heart. I really love it. Very romantic, very passionate.
Thank you, Selwa.
Oh, my pleasure.
Jay, did you want to comment, please?
Absolutely. I think, I think that ending right there, till the slip, I was only 3 chevrons to the slip of your heart sounds better than I was ever 3 mile markers to the off ramp of your heart. Yeah, I think it sounds better that way. I'm just saying. I I love the countdown aspect of this. 3, 2, 1, because it kind of shows the direction you're going. You know, you're out there, but you're ultimately coming in for the landing, and it was like it was either a landing or a blast off, one or the other. And I think you did just an absolutely amazing job with this one. I really, like I said, you know, I think everybody mentioned it, but they really like the aspect of the romance within this piece. But I can't say enough about the colloquialism using the British speak and everything like that, and making sure it wasn't the duck that I just put on the board right now. So awesome job, Sky.
You know what's funny, even though it's normal, common, everyday language in Britain or England, or overseas, I guess. It could very well be, you know, just a metaphor here in America too. So it makes sense either way. It doesn't matter that it's common over there. You know, it could work just as well as a metaphor, I think. You know.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Yeah. I think this is something like different for you. It's unique to what you usually write, and that's a good thing. It's the wording is just like, yeah, I mean, that's beautiful. It's short lines, and that I think makes it more impactful. And some of the words I don't know what they even mean, but it doesn't even matter, because it's just but a serum of history is complex and beautiful, and there I too bear soul, a blanket of travesty unlaid upon tides. Whoa, that's hardcore right there. And the yin and yang of hearts so perfectly in sync, and then you realize you lost it, and then that's when you kind of go like, oh, that whole depression thing. I mean, that's what I see. I think this is really, really beautiful and unique. I think this deserves the front page. Just beautiful. And did you take the picture
already?
No, that isn't my picture. No.
Oh.
There's no sadness in this one. I have a great deal of love poems. They're not all on EP. They're circled around, a certain, that well's a little dry for the little while, but I don't really, I don't have too many. I mean, I do go there a little bit, but I have a lot of them, too. I just don't feature them as much because, some of them are really personal, and we'll have them all up. This one was this one is fictional, so it's not to any person. So
I like the marionette lines that trace phantom smiles. That's a really cool line, too.
Great. May I ask a question? Is this on the front page, you said already?
No, is it? No. I don't think so.
I was going to put it there. I wasn't sure. And Jasper, too. Okay, it's going there. And Jasper.
I showed Paula that, and she's been all over it ever since.
It's just fun.
I'm terrible at that. I need to get on that. I need to start doing that. I'm terrible at that. It's wonderful to log on and see your work appreciated. I need to get better at nominating. I definitely do.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, you definitely deserve to be up there.
Yeah, that's undeserved. I agree.
Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you. And I got you. Look at those leaves on that sunflower, huh? They were
Wow, that sunflower came up sure quick. Got rid of that duck, didn't it?
I dropped it. I know.
Ducks like sunflowers.
Do you know what's funny is Stephen, that poem that I just put on the board, the origin of the entire chevron duck thing, because Stephen was confused that he was like, why are you writing about the gas station? And then we just went from there, and that is actually the origin of of that story.
But what's funny about that kind of a thought, you're using their terminology when you say chevron, but you're saying in the top of the poem, I think it was when you said blink salt, that could very well catch on and become that metaphor could become commonplace if enough people pick up on it. It's funny the way words work like that sometimes. Sometimes it evokes a specific thought or a feeling, and it catches on. I used to hang out on site, and there were a bunch of people from Canada, and there was a phrase that they used that I'm surprised it's not as popular as it is over there. But when I heard it, I questioned it at first, and then they're like, think about it. They said shit disturber to describe someone that was like, like a troll, And if you think about it, imagine someone walking down the road and kicking a pile of crap. That's a shit disturber, and now that's that person that they're talking about. It's like that expression is just like so descriptive. I'm surprised it's not more popular. At some point, it had to just be someone throwing the phrase out there and someone going, "I'm stealing that."
It's going it's going to be hard though. It'll be hard for the military though, because we use the word chevron all the time because it's in our rank system.
Yeah. Isn't that I think the pony sneakers. The ponies had that was the symbol on the side, the chevron.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the chevron for our rank system are all those arrows that point upward. So we got chevrons and we got rockers, and that's what we call them.
Rockers?
Rockers are the little loops that go underneath the chevrons in the rank.
Okay.
I love how much conversation this poem always strikes up. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it.
Wait a second.
And a wonderful topic.
I got another caller. Let me bring her in. Hello, sweet.
Hello, Ted. Hi.
Who's that voice?
Hello.
Hey, sweet. Did you have any shows you wanted to plug, Sky?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm featuring the film Demolition Man. So if you guys seen it, you could write to any of the themes, scenes, characters, or I just don't think they're instead of characters. So you can take any line and go wherever you want. There is a disclaimer. I do not want any political poems that have to do with the police force. But anything else is good to game. So we're going to be celebrating the film. And as a side note, I do have 2 months worth of storyboards in a row, special edition. So 7 and 8 are up. Go claim your prompt before the one you want is taken away. So go ahead and do that. So if you like selfies, you're going to like Volume 8 because it's all Disney characters with selfies. So go check it out, claim them, get a head start.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Who'd you let in?
No, I let Sweepy in. Sweet's here.
Oh, sorry. What's going on, Sweet?
I think she's on mute.
Oh, nothing. Hanging out in Wyoming. Yeah, I was on mute.
That's why I didn't realize you let her in. I didn't hear her talk.
Well, I was being polite. Goodness, I can be polite.
How dare you?
I know. When you and I are on the phone, I talk most of the time, but
Your voice booms
That's
into the attic. Did you bring presents?
Of course I brought you presents. How could I not talk to you and bring you presents?
What was that?
In your presents.
There's a comedian that was a tagline. It could happen.
I hope that's not.
I don't know. Someone's crack-a-lacking pretty bad. Might be you, Sweet. I'm not sure.
You want me to call back?
No.
No, that's a little better now.
Okay. Hopefully that's better.
Let's drop Sweet on the board.
What if you mute us all?
You want me to throw it up there?
If you didn't add it to the top.
I did add it to the top of the board, but I don't put it up there myself. Oh, it's up there. Look at that. So this is Love is Done.
Jay makes me look good.
Jay always makes everybody look good. I mean,
that's
that kind of guy.
guy.
I mean, he's always just, there for you. He's that kind of guy. Okay. Love is Done. Antiquated mirror on the wall. Shatter into oblivion. Shards of glass slice the serpent's hissing tongue. Pale notes of happy ever after to the young. Cobalt waves rise on moonlight beach. Lips to ear. A kiss in a beer can bonfire alibi. And a sandcastle falls into ocean tide. Bloody pebble flesh and fresh what is fresh with salty drool, as figures held hostage by golden band, splash into maggots filled crimson pool. As honey drips from sultry lips, bright red fingerprints on white rose drip, and silk stockings hidden in wrapped gifts. Peony's perfection on display, decaying flowers discarded, thrown away, begin and end on wedding day. 24 hours, love is done. End poem.
Yeah, this is really powerful. I had mentioned in the beginning that sometimes some people believe love is pain. This certainly did not turn out to be a lovely honeymoon. I just love the way you could take some images and that are inherently beautiful and use them to describe something that's decayed so horribly. The wedding band thought and everything else that you tie up in this really tells quite a story of disappointment to me. This is just heart-wrenching in a lot of ways, but in your own signature style. I really like the way you do that all the time, and it makes it hit that much harder to me because it's sitting there looking all innocent and pretty until you grasp the meaning of what you're saying. It's I call those light bulb moments. It's like when it sinks in, it hits harder to me. On the surface, you're bobbing along, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, did she just what? Oh, and then it really hits, and it's almost like getting smacked with a wave at the beach. It's oh, look at the pretty water. Oh wait, it's taller than me. Ouch.
Ow.
Yeah. This is beautiful. Thank you, Sweet. Let me get some comments
Thank
here.
You.
Sawa.
Oh, this is really heart-wrenching. I was thinking when you're reading how women, when they think of honeymoon, this is something special for them, and they expect it's just going to be something really supposed to be something special, and then they want to be having something special to remember the rest of their life. And this is the opposite, where something horrible that still going to remember, sadly, opposite and heart-wrenching, because that's not how it's supposed to be. And the ending is just the whole, everything from the beginning, the shattering of the glasses like a serpent, and the Corbett wave rise. The beginning is supposed to be sensual and happy and romantic, but it turned to be a decaying flower, discard, thrown away, begin and end on a wedding day. Love is 24 hours, love is done. And a lot of women, I'm sure, unfortunately, can relate this. I'm one of them, and it's very painful. You cannot forget it, because, as I said, it's something. You expect the best and to get the worst, and it ends everything. So beautifully expressed, but so painful.
Thank you very much, Sawa. Very, very much.
Oh, my pleasure.
And Sky, can you comment this week?
Absolutely. Look at this. Feeling, perception, perfection on display. Look at all those T's. Absolutely brilliant. I really love that. I love a little spin. And I like this little spin. I mean, you know what part I like the most, right? Can you just pick which one? What do you think?
On this one, I'm not really sure. Antiquated mirror on the wall?
Oh, yes, it is. Absolutely. So, acquainted and mirror on the wall, shattered into oblivion. That little play on a wonderful story. And I just listened to that today. But I listened to the original Grimm. I listened to the 1812 version. And I have to tell you that in the 1812 version, because of Grimm's fairy tales were rewritten over a period of 50 years, and they kept changing them with 7 different editions. In the first edition, Snow White's mother was not a stepmother; it was her actual mother. So it was a little tricky. But I love that part, because it does have that little nod to the fairy tale, which you do actually quite often in your poetry. So I know we're kindred in that element, where we do like that fairy tale stories, those bits of tales, because I do see that scattered and sprinkled throughout many of your pieces, actually. But I really like the way you put this one. Shads, I don't even know that was happening. Shards of glass slice, the serpent hissing tongue, tell no tales of happy ever after to the young. And then again, tell no tales. I'm not sure if you meant it in that way, but that little spin on pirates, on the treasure island, dead man tells no tales. So wonderful nod to different types of literature, but also bringing in your own original story, and keeping this into your piece. Really, really well done. I enjoyed this one, if you couldn't tell. You like it?
Yes, tell no tales. You were very good at picking that up.
I know. It's because I recently reread Treasure Island, so it was in my mind.
Tell no tales.
Yeah, Sleepy's tales are on a lot of people's minds.
I don't know how to take that.
I know, me neither. I'm worried.
Do you know what was on my mind with Sweet Pea the other day? Her toes. She got her toes all nice and done and pretty and painted. So that's not a tail, but it's a toe. It's a T, so it counts.
That's my pedicure perfection.
That's a lot of work.
I'm trying to figure out who it is. Hold on. Oh, it's Boo.
Put the Pringles down.
It's not me.
Hey, Boo, it's you.
Is this better?
Yes.
Hold on, it was there for a second. Let me take you off hold. It was a lot better. There you go, Boo.
No, she just
now it's better.
Sorry. Well, for Sweet Pea, first, can you hear me? Yes?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. the title, Love is Done. But this is like she finally sees through his bullshit, and she's not going to take it no more. And he's got the alibi there. He's just hiding behind the ties, and he's got, I love this one that I put on the board. Bright red fingertips on white roses drip from silk stockings hidden in wrapped gifts. That's so clever. And how many liars out there do this and then look you in the eyes every night and tell you that they love you? There's a lot of those. And begin on the wedding day, 24 hours, love is done. Like, this is heart-wrenching and severe heartbreak for just a scumbag cheater, really. That's what I see. Anyway, and there's a lot of those up there, too. So this is really good. I like the wording.
Thank you, Boo. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Jay.
All I've got to say is never order a mail order bride on the dark web, because this might be what you end up getting right here. Black Widow at its great job, sweet.
Oh, goodness. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh.
Right. Sweet, did you have any shows to plug? You got another one coming up this coming Thursday, right?
No, actually, I have pretty sweet teas coming up Sunday night, which is our sensual night, which is not sweet. It's not seduction night, but teas night, which is sensual night. So that's a little different. That'll be Sunday night on Pretty Sweet Productions, and that's our sensual night. And then there is going to be on Tuesday night, my show is, instead of Thursday night this week, it's going to be on Tuesday night, and it is, if I were a witch, which witch would I be? So pick a witch and be a witch for me.
Would I be a sandwich?
Or a warlock. Well, it depends on who the other bread is.
Hey, have you guys ever had a witch?
Yes, I've had a witch.
They're
I had
awesome.
a chip witch.
No, witch is an act.
Pretty good.
Yeah, witch is really good.
Tell me.
Is it a sandwich place?
Yeah, it's a sandwich place called Witch.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
Mm.
Yeah, so for Sunday there's a new format, I understand. That's what she was saying. It's going to be recorded live, but edited and aired a couple days later. Or is that no?
Right.
It's
recorded privately.
That's good.
And then aired later. Because we are not over 18, so it's recorded privately. Come on over, read some poems, sensual poems, not rated X, rated R. Read some sensual poems, have a good time. Poems have to be put in the Pretty Sweet Seduction room, cannot be put anywhere else. Read over at Pretty Sweet Seduction, and then it will be edited and posted within 24 to 48 hours. And that way nobody under the age of 18 can listen to them. So that's going to be called Pretty Sweet Teas.
Auntie Dad, you know me. I'm just kidding.
Charles, right in there.
He's the first one in line, the first one.
My hot mama's right there.
Bring the lube, Sawa.
Oh, no.
Bring it on up.
Oh
my
what's
God.
The loop?
We're not going into that.
Okay.
Behave,
oh my God, let's be quiet.
That's a slippery slope.
Go ask
That's a slippery slope. We won't go there.
Right.
Oh God. Okay, I'm
it's
going to be
stuff
quiet.
to put on the pole so squirrels don't get bird feed.
Yeah, that's it.
It makes things slicker, Sawa.
Have you ever looked at those on YouTube, Sweet Pea? The squirrels?
No, I'm not that. You guys are all nuts. I'm just saying, you're all nuts.
Yes.
I'm sorry. What about
but, you know, the internet's this big black hole, and sometimes you come across things like that. There was one that was really
popular.
popular.
I cannot believe you said lube and big black hole all in the same paragraph.
And got away with it.
Because
but yeah.
Saturday night.
They had the scroll going across the obstacle course with the music to Mission Impossible playing in the background. It was really kind of cool.
No, I've not seen that. Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, when they're phenomenal.
Talk about jackhammers and caves and spelunking.
And the lipstick thingy.
Well, did you say spelunking?
Spelunking, yeah.
Spelunkering? What?
Spelunking.
Yeah, spelunking. That's one of my favorite. That's Jay's favorite poem of mine.
Diving into caves.
Yes.
Well, I wonder what Adam West would think about that. Yeah.
Love is done, baby.
All right. Hey, Rack, I got Boo up next.
All righty.
Okay. This is called Our Divine Connection. I think. Yeah. Okay. It must be your conversation that keeps me entertained. The way that you question everything. Your genius keeps heart sustained. It's the curve of lover's lips, the curl in his gorgeous hair. It's all the little things you do. Take another chance, do we dare? Constant terminal planetary motion, difficult to express what you bring. Help my spirit to bloom again like the glorious days of spring. Feel the heat of equal pleasure, make it bold with primal dust. Quill scribe upon distant pages the unique poetic story of us. When it's my time to depart, I will lovingly look in his eyes. Draw me closer as I exhale, his voice is a warm sunrise. Come autumn when flowers bloom, one more gorgeous than the rest. Think back to our tender kisses, recall how much we were blessed. Let's dance beyond the heavens, away from the world's prying eyes. Lift my weary bones in your arms, in truth there's no need for disguise. I'll play for you a divine ballad, the reason for my knocking knees. Two souls roaming hand in hand as our spirits drift upon a breeze. Graced life with such meaning, last words of course your name. Contentment upon two faces, feel our lingering burning flame. Past lovers a dress rehearsal for the one who shares same skin. A mutual kinetic connection, can't tell where you end and I begin. We found art in sonnets, horizons, calm chaos of spiritual scenes. Dual romantic soliloquies, far better than any dream. End poem.
Well, that's more along the lines of the fairy tales that Sweet was trashing.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely a different tone to this than the previous thoughts. But you know, there's the hopefulness and the connection that you talk about in a relationship that we all kind of strive for. You know, I don't know. It's one of those things that just kind of keeps you going. To me, it speaks of hope. I think because you know. The more that you know people that have been in sucky relationships get knocked down, the more we hope that we're wrong. And even as much as we're made the fool of, we just keep coming back to be made a fool of again and again and again because we want to believe. And you know that dynamic between the two sides almost. You know it's almost like a scammer. You know, they know it's going to work because they're playing on that desire that they know that you have. And as ridiculous, no matter how ridiculous they make it sound, you know, you're going to swallow it. You're going to believe it because, you know, they know that that's what you want to hear. You know, and then that kind of goes back to what we were talking about before, too, Jay, with, you know, relationships and people in abusive relationships learning, you know, how to get what they want by saying what people want to hear. Oh, but in a positive way, I guess. This is beautiful poem, Boo. Let me get you some comments and start with Sky.
Excellent. This was excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Rex. This is a brilliant piece, Boo. I really loved. I wasn't ready to answer first. Let me find out where it is. It's the part with the bones. Oh, here it is, right here. Let's dance beyond the heavens, away from the world's prying eyes. This is the part particularly that I like. Lift my weary bones in your arms. In truth, there is no need for disguise. And I think there are so many disguises that we wear in relationships, and not just in romantic relationships, in every relationship. I mean, we all have radio voices. I mean, I do swear quite a bit, Boo. Not a lot. I'm not like I'm not an overly swearer, but I do. But I tend not to on the radio, and I guess you can consider that type of adjustments. But in some ways, it could be considered disguise. I mean, even the handles, we all have different names. Your name's not Boo, but we all call you Boo. Some people can say that's a bit of a disguise. And I think in little subtle ways, we all have our cloaks and our masks and our quote-unquote disguises. And in the case of relationships, we often do that as a learned behavior due to getting hurt. So, I like that bit of reassurance that, no, you don't need to hide with me. You don't need to hide with me. You can be the real you, and you can rest your weary bones in my arms. And I love that. I love that idea. And I mean, that's what we all want to hear and to be part of, really. And there was another part that it was further up. I'm going to try to find it. I think it's right here. Okay, right here. Oh, here it is, right here. Feel the heat and the equal pleasure, make the bold with primal dust. And this is the part, again, there's this couplet down here. Well, not really couplet, but the last two lines in the quatrain. The quills scribe upon distant pages a unique poetic story of us. I really, really love that one. Those two lines. They were quite brilliant and beautiful. Really well done, Boo.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And next comment from Sweet, please.
Sweet P, are you on mute?
I agree. I am on mute. I agree with Sky wholeheartedly. The ability to be in a relationship where you can be with whoever you want and be who you want at every situation would be incredible. Because we are chameleons. And I can laugh with my friends about something that I might not laugh with other friends about something. But if you can find that partner where you can laugh with them about everything, like, oh, I was with my girlfriends and we were giggling about this or we were giggling about that, and be able to go home and talk to him about all of that, that's perfect. That's the guy you want. But to find that guy, good luck with that. I mean, I love that. Let's dance beyond the heavens, away from the world's prying eyes. Lift my weary bones in your arms. In truth, there's no need for disguise. I think that is just like the perfect stanza. Sorry, guys. I just ran outside with my dog. Why not? Why not be in that moment with the one you love? Who cares if you've got your basketball friends or your dog friends or your poetry friends? Because I don't go run around and quote poems to my friends on the dog field. And I don't sit here and tell you my poetry friends the 27 different Frisbee moves I made on the field the other day, because they're not the same. But I should be able to go home and discuss both subjects with my husband or my lover, or maybe my lover and my husband. But I should have that. Yeah, I should be able to find that one person in my life that does that. And I love that your poem points that out. I think it's just perfect. Well done, Boo.
Thank you, Sweet Pea.
You're welcome.
Awesome comment. And Sky.
Sky went already.
Sawa.
Yes, Sawa.
Yes, I can wait. This is really, I agree with everyone. I love this stanza. I love the whole poem, but this stanza is the key. Because if you cannot be yourself with the person you love, then that's not love. So that's really a great, great stanza. But I also like the beginning. It must be your conversation that keeps me entertained. Everyone is attracted to something particular in this person, and let's keep this relationship alive. Otherwise, it'd be boring. And you really point you to this. There's something that keeps you always want to know more. If there's no people, when they get to know each other, there's conversation that's endless. And this is really another one that show there is this kind of attraction. Where's this attraction coming from? And love. And you put sense, like a lot of feeling, sensual feeling and desire, but also this the want to be there and be yourself. It's spiritual. I love the title, divine, our divine connection, because it's spiritual. It's everything in this relationship, and it's so genuine. If you feel the sincerity, you feel the longing. When you said the distance somewhere, romantic with the flowers, beautifully done. Really is.
Oh, thank you so much.
My pleasure. And of course, going to be nominated today. Clicking. I think you're number 4 or 5 so far. 5. 2. Yes.
Thank you.
Sky, Jeskrin. So there's more for 2 more.
Thank you.
For tonight. Oh, my pleasure.
And Jay.
Well, bottom line is we have a poem right here that is filled with bootastic vernaculars because this is such her language. It's her all over it with her emotion and her feelings and classic Boo lines. I've noticed that as you go into there. One of the lines that, for one who can't tell where you end and I begin, Boo, that's your line right there. I mean it. That's one of the ones you pick out, but it's a line that is very telling. It's a line that is very straight on with how you feel, because isn't that how we all would want to feel? We want to feel when we're with there. We can't tell one skin from the other. We can't tell one person from the other. We can't go around and you have your own identity, they have their own identity, and then you have an identity together, and that's what you're striving for. You're striving for a completeness where you have that couple identity, and I think it works so well in this piece, Boo. You did a great job.
Oh, thank you, Jay.
Awesome. Let's throw Lizzie on the board.
Lizzie, okay. All right. Let me go grab it. And we'll need a reader for her.
Hey, Sweet, you want to read for Lizzie?
Sweet, we just lost Sweet because she had that poor puppy dog asking to go outside. Maybe we can ask Sky to read for Lizzie.
Are you too tired to work, Sky?
No, I'd love to read for Lizzie. I often do. I do like it. Let me just briefly look over the words. Okay. All right. So this is Ghostly Echo of Love by Glowless, clouding my image, a haunting matrix crafted from memory. Ghostly steam rises to the surface, whispering the words you once had spoken. I reached for the image within the pond. It shattered beneath my touch. resembling my vessel that lay in shards, that before we met was whole and strong. The lips that claimed my aching spirit also broke me to a million pieces. Hands that wiped away my pain tossed me like a used doll made of rags, staring into the matrixing nipples. The wind howls and rain begins to drizzle. Hiding beneath the dampened air, I lay my head upon the moistened grass, knowing the echoes and ghostly mirage are all I have left to hold in my palm as you whisper those soft words into the ear of another love. End poem. Oh, sad.
Oh.
How we read happy poems today. Lizzie.
Well, no. Well, that was the whole point. Was love means different things to different people, and the people bring out different things in each other too. So some people just I want to say myself included. It's disappointment after disappointment. Love kind of means pain in a lot of ways, and it's one of the reliable elements of that feeling, because you can almost count on it at some point to get hurt. And the irony of it is too that other expression that you've heard bounced around, I'm sure, so much that the only people that can hurt you are the ones that you allow to love you, the ones that love you, because they're the ones that know your secrets. They're the ones that can get under your skin. And honestly, if someone that you don't care about says something, you're like, yeah, and but when someone that loves you says the same thing, it's like, ow. It just cuts that much deeper. And to me, that this evokes that thought of, someone that professed to love you and treated you in that way as if that's what was going on in their life, but, their actions betray what their words say. And to sit and watch it unfold is kind of, almost making a fool of you, especially after you hear them say the same thing to someone else. It's like, you want to grab the girl and say, hey, he said it to me first, But yeah, this thought of the fairy tales, like Sweet was saying, we're fed these ideas, and it's hard because you still want to strive for them despite the fact that you believe that they're going to be trashed. It's like at one time I have to believe, and this is just my insanity, that I'm going to be surprised and it's not going to get shattered. The illusion's going to last. And I think that's why, relationship after relationship, you keep coming back again and again, like a goddamn weeble. I can't keep getting back up.
Weeble.
Right? Wobble, but they don't fall down. Okay.
Yeah. So I could totally relate to this. Sky, sounds like you had a thought on this that you wanted to have before I ran over you. I'm sorry. Did you want to comment?
No, I know. It's your show. You didn't run over anybody. I thought it was very moving. I by the end of the write, I literally felt that pain, and that's incredible when a poet, there's no, when I said, when I made my comment, that's a compliment, because when someone can move you in such a way when you're reading it that by the end you're so invested in their emotion that it quite comes your own. I think I don't think there's a better compliment than that, to be able to move somebody with your writing and with your emotion and what you're trying to present through language. I thought it was brilliantly done. Let me just go back here for a minute. The part I felt, I thought really, really was portrayed well. To toss me like a used doll made of rags. That one was very, very, and then it shattered beneath my touch, resembling my vessel that lay in shards. And sometimes we do. We have that breaking, that we were whole before someone came along, and we were fine, and then someone comes along, and then they change our world, and then they leave us in pieces, you know? It's like, what are you doing? You know, I should have just left my doors locked and my windows shut.
Yeah.
You know? And it often can feel that way. And then the thing that I really love, too, about it is that you bring in the ghost. You bring this ghost in the title. And then right from the bat, you bring it in, the ghostly. And then you keep this hauntingness all the way, and you close it with that as well. You bring it back down to the ghost, to the echoes down at the bottom with the ghost as well. And I like how it kept coming back, because it's almost like it's haunting in itself, just by bringing in that image. I thought this was quite brilliant. I very much enjoyed reading it, and an honor to read for you, definitely, Lizzie, always.
Yeah, she does a great job with the imagery and that feeling, like you mentioned, of the ghost. You know, the idea of that image that you reach for, only to watch it dissolve, and then you go back and you do it again. Yeah, that's very unfortunately relatable. Sour, I think you've had an experience or two.
Yes, great read, Kai. It's funny, I'm not really choosing this is the same stanza that I just commented on. The lips that calm my aching spirit also broke me in 2 million pieces. The reason I picked this one, it's the lips can say things, can be romantic, can be calming. She put it there. I love the word here. How to show the security, that then from security, like calming, also broke me in 2 million pieces. The contrast is so there in your face that you can feel the pain, the agony, and not only agony, how someone is treated in such a horrible way. It's like a very abusive kind of you. 1 minute you are loving, and then boom, you broke them and into 2 million pieces.
Yeah.
That ripped away my pain, tossed me like you used. There's this contrast back and forth. The lips that calmed me my aching also broke me into 2 million pieces, and then again, hands that wipe away my pain. Those same hands told them, it's just so brilliant. It's so beautifully done, but it's so sad and heart-wrenching. That's the worst feeling, and it'll always leave. How do you say trace? Trace? I don't know what's the word in English. I got stuck in French. It leaves this pain, even like to the past, but it'll always leave this mark on you that you can't. At least that's what I think.
Yeah. That kind of touches on the heart of it, I think. She's not calling the guy a fake, a fraud, or a liar. She's saying, you know, there was this spark, this emotional, and this compassion and love that kind of eroded into something painful and the opposite, you know. Almost acknowledging it and questioning what the hell happened. What did you think?
Well, I think it was. Go ahead, Boo.
Sorry, I thought you said Boo. I was just gonna say, this is the kind of fucker that will stab you and then ask you why you're bleeding,
exactly.
and know all along what he's doing, and knowing that he's fucking with you the whole time, but he just likes playing the game. I know a couple of these people. I used to know this dude, and this is a true story. He used to get off on making chicks fall in love with him. That was his thing. And then once they were in love with him, he would be like, see ya. And he actually enjoyed doing that. I was just like, that's so fucked up, you know? And that's what this reminds me of, like throwing her away, wiping her face while she's probably like stabbing her in the back at the same time. This is the kind of guy you want to stay away from, really. And like a predator, I think, who uses people and then throws them away because they feel bad about themselves. So he's not really a man. That's what I see. Go ahead, Jay. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. What I see is a person you just can't get over. Also, that she keeps on, you had that one person in your life that has impacted you so greatly in love that, even though they're gone, you're not going to be able to love anybody else like that one person. You're not going to be able to let yourself go. You're not going to be able to do anything else except think about that person now and then, and it may just go ahead and ruin you for anything you have in the future. And that's a little bit of what I'm seeing in this too. And hold on, Sky. You got to wait just a second. I was going to read next.
I'll wait for yours. I'll wait for mine.
Okay. Yeah, but that's what I see in this. And it's a great piece. Yep, I hit it on the nose. There you go.
Yeah. All right, Jay. Put yourself up on the board.
Okay. This is a little poem I wrote called I, Jericho. And it goes like this. Jericho stood on the fleshly wall. Slingshots ripped my ribs to the Swiss cheese terrain. Amaranth flow cascaded the grisly cheeks, and teeth whistled the requiems, lip syncing to the stripped cypress. Reclining in my handmade cemetery plot, death skipped round the catacomb walls. A crack spotlit the reflections of a star sapphire. Speckled grommets shimmered in the silver sparks as bay leaves simmered in the savory air. Bangles shattered the nucleus of the crystalline shields as Jericho falls to rubble in the sounds of the Shanka. End poem.
Wow. This is a beautiful metaphor about...
the Shanka?
The Shanka is do you see that picture of the conch shell? The conch shell I put up there? That's the Shanka. It's blown in the morning in worship. I'm pretty sure that there's somebody who has a little bit more knowledge of it that can put a definition onto the board.
Oh, is that the Hebrew horn?
Oh, it's pronounced shank. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's pronounced shank.
Yeah.
Shofar, I think.
Shofar. You're thinking of the shofar. Shofar is a ram's horn.
Okay. Okay. That's okay. It's similar in thought to that. All right. Yeah, but the metaphor that you're conjuring up about the walls that people put up to protect themselves as a defense, and I know I write about them a lot myself because every time something fails, you feel like another chink in the armor, and you got to protect yourself. You got to retreat from it, and that leads to the other thoughts of never again, and things like that. And it's I want to say it's almost a beautiful thing to watch it chip away, really, because it's that idea of something. If something's given too freely, you almost want to question it. But at the same time, it also makes you question if the person is ready for it too. This is wonderfully layered and beautiful in its imagery and metaphor, Jay. This is really a brilliant piece.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sal, what'd you think?
This one, I'm kind of having a hard time. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. My mind takes me to this feeling that someone who's really hurt is hiding inside this catapult walls, and maybe someone a cracked full-tightened reflection of star sapphire shimmered in the silver spark. Where is it? There's a say where bangle shattered. Where is it? Sorry, 1 second. I was all over the place. Reclining in my handmade cemetery plot that skipped around the catapult walls, and then seems like almost like there's so much pain that hiding in this. Not like when you reserve someone when they hide in a wall or coquillage, they have so much in there, but not ready maybe to come out. I have to read it multiple times. It's really deep. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I'm saying. I find words not there, but I can.
You are kind of getting it. You're kind of getting it though, Selwa. It is about when people put up those walls that put up and don't let people in. Yeah. That's what I see. That's what the beginning is. Okay. Okay. And then there's more at the end. There's like I can find my words. Yeah. Remember Jericho. Jericho is the city that fell in the Bible when. Yes. When the people went around it 7 times and then they blew their shofars at the wall, and it came crashing down.
Yeah. So that's sorry. So there is. This is deep. This is really deep. Very deep. It's like you have. If you don't open, you can succumb at the end because as you said, you build your own. Where's the tomb or something? Cut up tomb. I think you said something like this. Your own death. Oh my gosh, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm going to stop here and read it again.
Thank you, Selwa.
Thank you.
I know you want to go to bed,
I said the same thing this morning. I didn't get it either. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but I was confused too. But I see better now. But
yeah.
And the city he conquered after crossing the Jordan River. I thought this was absolutely brilliant. I really, really, I am waiting. I'm like, let me comment. But absolutely brilliant. I thought this was brilliantly done. And if someone could, you could take this in different ways. So I love that one. You can take the heartbreak of it. Yeah, you can take the heartbreak. It is heartbreaking. The heartbreak of the falling. And then right here, I thought this was brilliant. So the way that you took the prompt for one, the idea that you brought forth, and I guess you could use this double before, but the way that you actually spun this into an event, through these things, I love the way you did it. But this here, the slingshot to rip my ribs and the Swiss cheese into a Swiss cheese terrain. First of all, right off the bat, you had me there, and then you brought in two. You brought in the Amaryllis, and you brought in the bay leaves, which I absolutely loved how you brought in those, and you used that cascading down. And the idea of using a perennial in a poem for me, it reminds me of that. Okay, there's gonna be death, a winter death. And then perhaps it'll grow back again, and then it has to do that over again, and that kind of regrowth and that death and that constant. And I think can often feel that way through different ways of motion. So there's so many aspects in which you can grasp on here, but you keep it actually focused on one thing. And so someone rips out the prompt, they could say, "Oh, this piece is definitely about Jericho." But then if you put in all the subtext in it, you can say, "Oh, I can see these dual metaphors that are kind of inlaid throughout here." Another part that I absolutely love, well, first to skip to the catacomb walls, love that one. And then you bring in, where is it, the speckled grommet shimmers, those little holes that maybe perhaps we can see through. But we can thread ourselves through, but never quite, kind of right here, shimmered in the savory ear, those little breaths, those little peaks that we see, and you can see it through the opening line with the crack and the reflections in the starfire, that's those little bits of hope that might shine through. This was really, really brilliant. I really enjoyed this one, if you couldn't tell by my excitement.
Yeah, thanks, Sky. Yeah, and the only way that a wall is going to come down is with little cracks at the beginning. So you're right.
Or it's a poorly constructed wall.
It's water, And so it's funny how it's like, oh, the rock is so solid, but it just takes water to tear it apart, and it's because of those little tiny cracks, and that water seeps in those little tiny cracks and it splits it right open. Yeah. So I mean, and then what's kind of weird about that is it's always retrospective. When you're in it, you don't see those, and then time passes and people heal, and then all of a sudden you look back and you're like, there were all those moments where I should have known, but you just don't. So really well done.
Thank you.
And Boo.
Well, I kind of see, like, when you meet somebody and they're sort of, like, guarded and everything, and you have to chip away, like, little by little, and it takes work and effort to get to know them. If they let you in, and that takes a while. You got to be patient, I guess. And then, like, the bangles shattered the nucleus of the crystalline shield. Sort of saying, like, just hold out, like, wait for me, be patient, and I'll get there eventually. I just have to take baby steps because I've been hurt. That's sort of what I see. And, yeah, it's a good job, Jay. Very emotional and in brevity, of course. But good job.
Of course. Brevity, of course.
Of course.
I got it. I really did. Finally.
Awesome.
I finally got it. I was just like, it took me by surprise because we haven't been writing, abstract for a while, and this was a little bit abstract. But I think I was there. I just I wasn't sure.
Well,
I bet you win this contest.
I don't know that it's that abstract in the sense that it's clear that the wall was there and it came and it's coming down. So that's pretty straightforward.
Slowly, maybe.
I mean, the metaphors that he uses to get there, are what makes it layered and gorgeous. They can be taken more than one way, which is where the brilliance to me comes in, because that's the kind of writing that I think it doesn't appeal to one specific person or even necessarily a specific prompt. It's one of those things that's kind of amorphous. It fits in because the thought's there, but there's a lot more to it. All you got to do is kind of poke it and watch it wiggle like Jello.
No Jello. I got to say to Jay, I apologize too, because I told Jay today I don't think this is romantic at all. But now looking at it in the different points of view, I see it. So sorry, Jay.
Okay, no problem.
Awesome. And I don't know. I guess you could throw mine up there.
Uh-oh.
Okay, let me go. Let me
grab
it.
His front page pick, yes, indeed. Good poem.
Who's the front page pick? I can speak.
This one's the front page pick.
Here we go.
I nominated like an hour after it was up there. I was like, whoa.
Here we go.
Distant Nightmare by Racantour. I close my eyes, knowing I'll find you there. Sounds of infections, laughter, confessions of the fears we share. Clocks of goosebumps, crane to nest, seeking proximity to the touch of your skin. My heart beats like hummingbird wings, composing a songbird's hymn. Dreams blossom as our connection takes root, nourished by longing and desire, flourishing as our passions bear fruit. Pollen and petals become the bed upon which we retire. Separation offers true understanding of anguish, always dancing just out of reach. The taste of ecstasy, familiar to my lips. Pervasive memories render me incapable of speech. Then I open my eyes and everything dissolves, drowning me in the difference between want and need, unearthing long-buried pleasures, foreign to the life I now lead. It's the thought of your embrace that sustains me in this nightmare, promising I'll finally touch your face. And in this heartbreak, I can no longer bear. End poem.
Wow. This is a cool one, Rack. I really like where you took this. Very powerful, very, very jam-packed, but there's a hopefulness in it. There's a hopefulness through everything. Then I open my eyes and everything dissolves, drowning me in the difference between want and need. But at the end, it's the thought of your embrace that sustains me in this nightmare. You know, we at times walk through that part of our life, not knowing if we got that person that really and truthfully we want to hold, and we're just praying and we're hoping and we're trying to hold on. And I think that is a powerful message right here, because we need something to sustain us, something to move on, something to get moving. And this is quite the powerful piece. So excellent job, my friend. Salwa, what do you think?
This is very, Mr. Romantic Raconteur. This is very, it's like a dream where you close your eyes and you dream, but then you wake up and you see that this person is not there. That's what I see here. And open my eyes, everything dissolves. Show me the difference between want and need. Pour into this life and now leave. It's, as you said, and then at the end, even though it's not sure it's a want or a need, but there's this night becomes a nightmare, because it that there is promising and finally touch your feet. There's still this desire and this yearning to be with this person and to end this heartbreak that you can't. When you separated from someone and you really love them, or there's distance, there's this heartbreak. There's so much. It's very deep. There's so much into there. Very moving and very emotional as always. You put all your emotion in there, Raconteur. Heart-wrenching.
And Boo, what do you think?
Well, I thought the read was excellent, and I love the references to fruit, how you kept mentioning that. And this is, somebody you love, infectious laughter, flocks of goosebumps. You just want to touch her skin, feel her heartbeat, all of that stuff that love. And the bare fruit, pollen, and petals become a bed upon which we retire. That's cute. So I don't think it's all the way sad. I think it's like you enjoyed it while you had it. You wish it was still here, but like you always say when we chat, is it better to have loved little or whatever that saying is, or not at all? It's kind of like that, I think. And then promising to finally touch your face and ending this heartbreak can no longer bear. There's a long and wanting, needing guts that becomes painful after a while. And you just have to touch the person or be with for meat eventually or something, because it's just agonizing. And I think that you described it well here, and I thought your voice was amazing and it was a great read. And congrats on the front page pick.
Thank you.
All right, and with that, Rack, I want to bring someone on to the call, and let's welcome to the show Laughing Soul. Hello, Soul.
Hello. Sorry for the delay. It's been a very busy, chaotic morning. Hi, Boo. Hi, JC. Hello, Rack. Hi, Salwa.
Welcome.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute.
Thanks.
I was saying hello all the time. I was on mute. I'm so sorry. Hello, G. Good morning, G. Good morning.
Good morning and happy Friendship Day. It's Sunday here, and it's Friendship Day.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes.
And Rack, your poem. Oh, the image is like, the image is so loud, and but your words flow so poetically, beautifully, from My heart beats like hummingbird's wings, composing a songbird's hymn. Wow, what a gorgeous line over there. I can keep reading your poem again and again, and congratulations on the front pick. It's like so relatable, because you talk about love in such a beautiful way that not only me, I think, most can relate to your poem over here, of longing and yearning, and, it's like being there, done that, and not having enough of it, wanting it, more and more of it, and Boo is like, I want all of it. I want all of it. Yeah, it's actually heart wrenching, when you open your eyes and everything just vanishes like nothing, but the feeling just stays, and that feeling kind of probably helps us to breathe. This is what I feel, it does it's like a noose on your thoughts and mind, but eventually this feeling makes you so vulnerable that it helps you in being more compassionate and loving, and probably we attract a better partner then, So beautiful love poem over here. I have to call for this.
Thanks.
Yeah, you've painted it so beautifully. You've painted the pain and so beautifully.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Well, we have her poem ready for the audio next, Rat.
Let's do that.
My musings of him, a poem by Laughing Soul. I wonder when he wakes up, does he think of my ginger curls fallen like dainty daisies on my face? And he's so longing to move them, to see my impish smile teasing his salt and pepper grace. I wonder when he wakes up, do the creases on his bed form my silhouette? I wonder when he wakes up, does that place next to his left arm make him Mrs. Brunette? I wonder and feel the whiff of cool breeze tantalize my chapped lips. I wonder and feel the sunshine dancing on my drapes, bloom in my heart, scarlet tulips. I wonder when he wakes up, does he wonder if I'm thinking of him? I wonder when he wakes up, do my rosette verses asunder like butterflies, flirtatiously flaming his whim? Oh darling, if to live is not to love, I wonder then, for what are the stars above? End poem.
Whoa.
Whoa, I got a boner.
That was a gorgeous closing verse. The whole thing was beautiful, and it's musing. I mean, you titled it perfectly, and you gave us exactly what you promised in that title. It's the things that flit through our minds that, and what I think is funny, being such in love with words and things, you almost, in my mind, you make me want to question. You're saying you wonder, but the way you say it, there's no doubt you're not wondering. You're kind of hoping that this is really what's going on. This is what's going through your head, and you feel that it's probably what's going through his head, or you wouldn't be in the state that you're in. And you know, and the thing about love, for me anyway, is that it's not promised, and there is that uncertainty, that you know, the person could turn around and say, you know, you're wrong, or you know, I'm done. It's because of that they keep coming back. That it's that you know it's of their own free will that they're coming there. You know, almost like a frightened puppy. You know, when you hold out your hand and they come and they finally nuzzle your hand, and it's that moment that they make that contact that makes it, you know, the beautiful thing that it really is, and it blossoms into what its potential is holding. This is stunning. It's a beautiful, beautiful poem.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's start with you. Dive right in.
Who?
Boo.
DJ.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. I love the picture. I love her voice when she read it. I mean, it's just, you know, all the things that you wonder when you're not sure, because sometimes it's confusing. And sometimes you have to chip down that wall, and slowly but surely, eventually you get there if you hang in there. But, her words are just pure love and loving and just dedication. I mean, like, who wouldn't want a woman like this? You know? I mean, she puts her heart on the line every single time. She puts it right out there. She's not afraid to say it or say how she feels. And in her voice, you can hear the love. I mean, it drips out, and it's given her new perspective, and her poems have even changed. And it's a beautiful thing to see. I wonder when he wakes up, does he wonder if I'm thinking of him? I wonder when he wakes up by Rosette versus some butterflies. Like, yeah, you know. Maybe he should tell you one of these days. Good poem, loves it.
Behave, Boo.
Yeah, Boo. It's like, you know, when you are so, you know, when you're broken and you've been hurt so many times. So it's very natural to be, you know, unable to. I mean, you want to hear things. You want to, you know, wake up and, you know, feel and see the messages that you're loved, and, you know, and the person misses you, and, you know. So I don't know. Maybe these little things are, you know, something we did in college, but I think this stays forever. Even, you know, I think at every age we want to hear that, you know, we are loved, we are wanted, and so it just is something which I put in words, because I have, you know, it's not easy to regain the trust and love after you have, you know, you've seen a lot, so it's like that.
Yeah, and sometimes it pays off too, because you just wait and you're patient and you just slowly let it happen, and it does happen. Just a lot of people aren't really patient. They don't want to wait. They want right now.
Really, if you're getting somebody over there who's more quicker in handing you red roses and, you know, and asking you how are you and telling you that you are gorgeous. So if somebody is more quicker in making you feel like a queen and worship you, then, you know,
but
to me, your heart is going to wander, you know, and wonder and whatever. Let's be honest. We are not here to live forever, you know. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? So grab every opportunity.
Better get off the pot. No joke.
When you talk about someone that you know quickly gives you the roses, though, you know that makes me question the sincerity of it. You know, if it's too easy, if they just turn around and they do it, it's almost like they know what they're going to get for doing it.
It's not really the way I am saying it, but you know, when you are unwell and you know you have somebody asking you that, you know, how are you, and you went to the hospital and what were your reports, So you feel that, oh,
they want to know about your life.
This person remembered and cares and, wants to know about you and about your life and, and if it's only you giving and giving and giving, so there will come a point when you think, I think it's better I'm single, and I think it's better maybe instead of spending my hours wondering that, do I matter? Do I,
Absolutely.
So I meant to say that, and that was a joke when I say, but yes, roses are always welcome.
Yeah, I think to be a little bit more patient with those that are hurt and that have really been hurt can pay off too.
Yeah, I see her as a patient woman. So what did you think of the poem?
Oh, this is really like a romance, a classic romance. I love the repetition. I wonder when he wakes up. It's not like when he sleeps, when you wake up, because this is already he's been thinking about you in his sleep, and then the first thing in the morning, people get busy with their lives. This is still before. This is the first thing is in his mind. That's so beautiful and so show that how romantic you are and how. I agree when everyone, I don't think it's only women, I think it's also men, but maybe more women. Sorry, guys. Maybe women more than men.
Fellas, pay attention. We want to feel wanted.
Yes, that we just want to feel it. Like we really want to feel not only with words, but with action, because words are beautiful, but action is more important. And action, I think it's both. Of course, words are important. So that's really it's a beautiful message, and I'm sure a lot of us can relate there. In general, this is how it's supposed to be. I love it how.
Salva, in a long distance, what action? So the words have to.
Sorry. No, when I make action, it doesn't mean. I'm so sorry.
Very important.
I meant when I
sorry,
say action,
I'm it over here.
You're
it's
right.
so true. That's
action,
all you got.
No. When I mean action, I don't mean I know the long distance.
I was talking about action in a long distance relationship, and I'm like, oh my god.
No, you're right. No, I didn't mean it this way. No.
It's
Let me explain. Let me explain what I meant by action, not like.
That's a whole nother
showing. No. Give me a chance. What I'm trying to say is to show. Because let me explain what I mean. Show like action.
We're just messing with you now.
Boo, Salva is all red and pink now, we've got a
No, I really mean it, like to show. I meant action, not like only in your mind, like show it. That's what I meant.
My dear.
No, I know. I mean, you're right, but I didn't explain it very well. I meant to show it, act on it. That's what I meant. So
well, really, what comes down to women want to know we're thought about and we're cared about, and then that we're special.
It's really beautiful, so romantic. And I already posted this because I read it the other day on front page. So already done.
Beautiful poem.
Thank you.
And Jay,
you're reading.
How many we got left, Jay? It's about what?
We're gonna have some left over for our house on Wednesday. That's not a problem. But as far as the soul poem goes, what I do want to say for one thing is what makes her reciting of these poems special is her voice is authentic. There's an authenticity behind how she speaks, on how she presents herself, that you don't have to just hear someone reading. You hear someone believing. You hear someone who absolutely absorbs themselves in that read, so that when you hear, believe it, and you're walking right there with them through every single word. And these words are just absolutely beautiful. They flow. They're emotion filled. They're breathtaking. You just ride with them right to the end, and I think that they paint just an amazing and wonderful message. And I just love how this whole thing was presented through the words and through your voice and everything around that surrounds it. It's amazing.
So will you marry me?
Come on, let's do that. Let's do that right now, right away. What do you say?
Why not?
All right. Well, where's the wedding going to be held then?
Remind me of Bella. She used to say
I'll be going to Kashmir soon.
I miss you, Bella.
Yeah, we'll go there for our honeymoon.
Hey, you better put out. You better put out.
We are invited?
Oh, no.
Are we invited?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Shut up.
Yes, I did that.
So
hey,
I'm
a sure thing.
Can we put PM Murphy up next?
He does not have one. He said he's not going to have one, that he is just listening in and he's going to comment today. So Meta is going to be calling in on Wednesday on our house. So check it out on at noon on Wednesday. We do have a couple audios. What I'd like to do right now is put a song on the page and play a little Budo, if that's okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is called Thank You. I didn't know you yesterday, and now I do, and now I do. It seems forever since I felt like I do, like I do. Is it real or just a dream? Am I sleeping in my bed? Are you an angel from above, or just thoughts floating in my head? I couldn't breathe just yesterday, and now I do, now I do. It seems forever since I cried like I do, like I do. Is it me or is it you? Are you blessing me with love, touching deep from soul to soul, to be our greatest story ever told? And if you're the one, then please embrace me so. And if you're the one, then please don't let me go. Let go, let go. I couldn't see myself that day. Then I met you. Then I met you. It seems forever that I sighed like I do, like I do. Now I'm blessed with thoughts of you, loving me in tender ways. Waking up with you today is the greatest story ever told. And if you're the one, then please embrace me so. And if you're the one, then please don't let me go. Let go, let go.
I've been waiting a lifetime for years for you. I'd wait a lifetime for years for you, for you, for you.
What a great song.
Lighters up, lighters up.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Budo, wow.
Yeah, I like how he talks about getting to know the person, but it still has the melancholy of it feels like to me someone that coming in and out of your life, someone that he has a relationship with, but they kind of drift off and then come back, like someone's uncertain about something. It's kind of a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
Is part of what I heard in that. But the refrain was gorgeous.
He's been off and on with his girl for like 13 years. He told me.
That's not necessarily what he's writing about, but yeah, it kind of sounds a little like that because some of the metaphor made it feel like that. Anyway, so can you comment for Budo, please?
Who, me?
Soul.
Oh, hello. Oh, I am sorry. I was in a trance. Budo does that every time. He is.
Yes,
he is amazing. I've heard this before, and I think, listen to it. You can just keep playing it. It's so soothing, and the chords are, they just touch your heart, your feelings, your mind, and you're like, wow, this is something which is so relatable, and the words are like so perfect, I don't know how he does it every time. It's like it seems forever since I felt like I do. I couldn't breathe just yesterday, and now I do. Wow, he just puts his heart and soul into his words, and you can listen to him and, feel the music in the air, and I think you can breathe, in a meditative state listening to him. He's amazing. Thank you for playing this. It just made my morning.
Awesome.
Yearnings and longings, and we all write about it, but to hear him sing it is like something else, another level altogether.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. What about you, Sawa?
I definitely agree with all of you. It reminds me of your poem. It's just that there's this, like, is it a dream? He wished that it's real, and he doesn't know. He's questioning. It's just a thought falling in my head, and it seems forever since I cried like I do. There's so much emotion. And it's almost like an open book. He just puts his feeling there openly, not shy to like crying or it is me or is it you? Are you blessing me with love, touching deep from soul to soul to the greatest story ever told? There's all these questions that need to be answered, and I'd wait a lifetime for years for you. It's very beautifully and very romantic. I agree with you. I mean, it's incredible. He's the romantic, and every time he just put it in a different way, and it still touches deeply. Amazing, and his voice and his music. Miss you, Budo.
Yeah, and I gotta stop yelling at him. I'm gonna scare him away. Boo, can you comment, Budo?
Yeah. I can't even imagine like somebody even wanting to hurt this guy, because he just like puts it out there every time. He's hard out there. He's honest. He's upfront. He's genuine. He's a good person. And I don't think that's right to fuck around with someone's emotions, up and down for like years and years or whatever shit. Or it's another one. I mean, it's like, geez, it's just a yo-yo, and it messes up people's heads. And but he's still holding on. His words are still full of hope, and hopefully, she'll stick around. It's another one where I go, what's wrong with the chicks where he lives? Such a good guy, beautiful words, and I could feel it when he was singing it. Like a full set of fixated on the words, and he just has so much love to give and a big heart. He probably just gives and gives and gives and gives and hardly gets back, and that's sad. Beautiful song.
Thank you, Boo. And you get the last word on this.
I think it was absolutely brilliant. I loved his message overall, and the way he performed that, I think, was just brilliant. I love how the actual music itself fits so well to those words, and sometimes it feels like a dream, and sometimes it feels real, and you just can't. You're stepping on both sides of the fence, and you're wondering how well it goes and how it works out, and I think that's what he did, and this is absolutely a brilliant piece.
Awesome. I think we're running now.
Yeah, Rack, we're running about 8 minutes left. If you want to give your thanks, it's up to Boo if he wants to do overtime or not. Let me know, Boo.
We got 3 songs, right? Raz songs, poems. Raz, Patrick, and not Patrick.
No, we got Randall, we got Raz, we got Lawrence, and we have Phil.
Phil. Yeah, that's why I keep saying Patrick. Phil and Patrick, for some reason, I keep getting confused.
Gonna have to carry some.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, really and truthfully, what we'll do is we'll read one of them, do one of them for overtime, and then carry the last 2.
All right. So now, though, I'll thank everybody that took the time to write and hang out with us and follow us on the boards. And I hope those that didn't get a chance to will end up downloading and listening later. Please try and leave some love on some of the other poems. Written comments are always appreciated. It definitely helps motivate people that took the time to write. Too many to try and name. I mean, it's greatly appreciated. And, thank you to Boo for making this possible and funding all this nonsense and, giving us a place to hang out on and congregate on All Poetry, Kevin. And thank you, special thanks to Jay for, letting me stand here and look pretty while he does all the work in the background. I really appreciate being able to rant to you guys about these things because, these thoughts are kind of dangerous bouncing around in my head. Phone wouldn't be a place to go. So I really appreciate being able to come here and entertain.
All right. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I got something special, and this is a love poem by Lawrence. So I want you all to sit back and enjoy this one. I'll read it for you. It's called Missing You by Lawrence 67. And it goes like this. Missing you. I woke up today missing you. You said that you were leaving and going far away because you couldn't take it another day. So I wake up alone and no one to hear me say that I miss the sweet smile, how your dimples would light up the room right before those luscious lips would turn to me and say, where were you last night? What were you doing? Why didn't you call? What's wrong with you? Are you stupid? Dumbass piece of shit, I ought to leave you. Yes, I miss how those veins almost pop out of your head when you're cussing me out and making me sleep on the couch, how your arm and fingers tense up as you point at my chest trying to make me do something I shouldn't so that you can call the cops. And have me arrested? Yes, I miss all those traits about you. Not. But the worst thing is, you say you're giving me another chance. Gee whiz Louise. End poem.
Oh, wow. I almost wish you didn't turn it around at the end and kind of pull the curtain back from the sarcasm, because, you know, it's a delicate thing to be able to say that and kind of wonder, like, you know, is he serious that he misses that or not? Because there are people that get, you know, I don't know that contributes to Stockholm syndrome or not, but, you know, when someone's, you know, held in captivity, they kind of fall in love with their captors and things. But, you know, in an abusive relationship, you definitely kind of become desensitized to when someone does something like that and treats you like that. I know there are elements of PTSD that are reflected in that behavior as well. Not that I'm a psychologist, you know, but, you know, it's just, you know, documented. I don't have the studies at my fingertips, but, you know, if you look into it, I'm sure that's what you'll find. But, yeah, I really like the idea of this, because, you know, when something turns sour, you really look back at the relationship and you almost want to redefine it. And that comes back full circle to the idea from the beginning about, you know, I thought I knew what love was, because, you know, you keep telling yourself, you know, this is the one, and then things don't work out, and you kind of look back and you reevaluate the situation. You see all the red flags, and you turn around and you're like, you know, well, maybe I was wrong, and then someone else comes along, and there we go again. Maybe this is the one. I think this. Yeah, you know, and you get caught up on that emotional roller coaster. I enjoyed this, Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Get you a couple more comments before we go off the air. Gee, let's start with you.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, I think this is the first time I've, you know, read his poem, you know, which is devoid of what's Alfie and what are those two? Jay?
Which two? The
Hello?
sarcasm?
No, I'm talking about he normally pens on those the cat and you know, whatever. Okay.
Oh,
but,
the characters, the two characters.
Yeah. But anyways, you know, what I like is the sense of humor over here. You know, I think till we hold on to our sense of humor, we can sail through life's you know, puddles easily. Otherwise, it is a very difficult ride, because this poem does talk about you know, betrayal, and talk about pain, and you know, being alone and lonely, but the way he has you know, penned the entire piece just doesn't, you know, it's not there right on your face, but very sensitively he has spoken his heart out, you know. So I just enjoyed it, you know, and yeah, great piece. Lawrence, you rock, you know, every time. You're a wonderful poet, sensitive soul.
Mr. Lawrence.
Who, me?
Yeah, boo.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Some people, that's the only way they can communicate. Screaming and yelling, and they love all the drama, and they love the makeup sex and all that stuff, the whole nine. And kind of what it sounds like, and then it is sarcastic, because like her dimples light up the room, but then she calls him a piece of shit, you know, like further down, and have him arrested. And there are chicks that do that. They just antagonize, and they get guys' faces and all this stuff, and they want something like that to happen. And he should kick her to the curb and get himself a good woman. So, yeah, this is a different poem. When Jay said love poem, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. But it's a different kind of love, though. Yeah, I was expecting the other two characters, too. I forget their name. What's their name, Jay? You know, Alfie and something like that. You know, the two characters. Yeah,
maybe
Alfie and somebody. Jay knows. I don't know what he's doing. But.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's Alfie and Nigel.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jay, thank God, Jesus.
Jay woke up. He's still digesting the poem. He's not used to reading Lawrence in this style of this, He's from the trauma of not having Nigel and Alfie.
Stay awake.
I just stubbed the bone on my ankle, so I'm in pain, trying not to yell right now.
Oh my
gosh!
It's one of those funny bone areas.
Right. It's not very funny, huh?
No. Salwa, what do you think?
Yes.
Salwa.
He made it like a really serious problem. Someone who what he says. What's the word? Oh, guys, what's wrong with me? Having a relationship or breaking and betrayal, to something light with his sense of humor. Not everyone can do that. It's really not easy. But sometimes people who are remind me of Little Gary, when you are loud but you're the one most hurt. And I think this is this poem. Yeah. He tried to turn it to something light, but in reality he's really hurt deep inside. And he definitely succeeds to make us laugh, but there's so much hurt in there.
And there's nothing funny about a dumbass piece of shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know why some people take that shit.
This is redneck humor at its best. But you're talking about a place that in more of the trailer park humor in the United States, which is kind of sad that they portray it that way. But in reality, it happens that way. I've seen it. I've heard it. I've listened to it through the walls at this place that I stay, which is kind of sad, but it happens. And he was able to grab a hold of it and bring it into a lighter light, so that we could see it and just laugh a little bit about it, but at the same time create a serious discussion of how it happens. So amazing job.
Yeah.
And I guess that ends the show for today.
Now we're gonna do one more read. I'm gonna let Boo read Randall, and then we're gonna call it enough.
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you ready, Boo?
Ready. Yeah. Okay. I like this song. Okay. This is from. Whoops. Let me get over here. I'm in the wrong spot. Sorry. Okay. Randall, and this is called. This is a front page pick too. Beneath song lyrics. In the deepest part of quiet, when you peel away the skin, can you feel the weight of silence? Are the layers wearing thin? I know you're there somewhere, but your touch is cold as stone. In the winter of reflection, when islands dream alone, no more makeup on cadavers, let them die with grace. When hope becomes a martyr in the creases of your face, can you tell me with your eyes beneath the waves of windblown hair? I hear the murmur of your heart. Is the weight too much to bear? Speak easy if you hear me. Let every thought go free. Speak easy when you're dying. Speak easy, there's me. In the deepest part of quiet are the layers wearing thin. Once the healing starts, to peel away the skin. No more makeup on cadavers, let them die with grace, and fly within their armor from a God-forsaken place. End poem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just a heavy note to end on, boy. You probably might want you might want to read this again on Wednesday. He takes us on quite a journey with this. I like how he starts off with the silence, and then he does the same thing with the ending thought. And right now my mind can't even focus on what it was that he said. I'm all jumbled up. So, what'd you think?
Did you say Salwa?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I mean, he had a way, Randall, of even the title, Beneath, Deep Inside. I love how he started the first stanza in the deepest part of quiet. When you peel away the skin, can you feel the weight of silence? There's so many questions, and I love questions because they just make you think deeply, and there's so many of them here. Can you feel the weight of silence? And then he goes, can you tell me with your eyes? This is my favorite, one of my favorites too. Beneath the waves of wind, because the eyes really cannot lie. They can tell so much, not with your words, but with your eyes. And it's all about the deepness of. There's so much pain in here. I don't know, maybe it's me. I see a lot of pain, even though there's this contrast between quietness, but there's also roughness, the winter, the cadavers, the death. There's this contrast between the two. And I think when people do this, when they juxtapose, or it shows more the pain more than the other side with beauty. And that's what I see here, almost someone who wish that, I don't know, to be heard. You hear, or I hear the mirror of your heart is the weight too much to bear. That's almost a message, someone special that I'm kind of losing my thoughts a little bit, getting tired, sorry. But that's what I see in there. I think I heard it before. I really think so. Yes, I did. and I commented on it. I'm sorry.
You think it's for somebody special?
Yeah, it's very deep. He always writes, his metaphor is incredible. And the crease of your when hope becomes a martyr, and the creases of your face. Wow, you have a way of with metaphor, incredible. There's hope. There's almost like hope is not there. The hope becomes a martyr. Wow. This is my favorite line, actually. That's the one. So I'm going to be quiet because that don't make sense. When I'm tired, don't make sense. I'm literally... Okay.
Okay, Boo.
Yeah, I actually forgot that we did a song. We were going to do a song for this one, and then I had the music, and I forgot. Somehow never got it together, but there's a lot going on here. I see, somebody's like maybe giving up on something that's old or aging and doesn't want to wait anymore, but also doesn't want to leave either. I like, can you tell me with your eyes beneath the waves of windblown hair, I hear the murmur of your heart, it's the weight too much to bear. Like that, somebody doesn't want to give in or give up, or something's got to give, but like neither one wants to do something about it, seems like. I agree with Sal. I think it's for somebody, and it's really, really good, really deep. It deserves the front page and all the golds it got. I mean, it really does sound like a great song. I got to find that song, but yeah, it's really emotional, beautiful. One of my favorites from him.
Awesome. And Jay, you get to close us out.
All right. Don't forget Soul, too. She's still here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rack, you forgot me.
All right. Never forget you. And what I want to say about this is what I see here is someone that is kind of talking to someone who just sits back and it's bottom line is we're all getting older. And that's what this whole thing is saying, is that regardless of what happens, the clock's not going to stop. The clock's not going to stop. I keep on reading that. No more makeup on cadavers. Let them die with grace. When hope becomes a martyr in the creases of your face. You've been hoping, and eventually that hope just forms on your face when it never even happens. And it just keeps on going. It's a very sad poem. But ultimately, no makeup on cadavers, let them die with grace, and fly without their armor from a God-forsaken place. You know what? If you can't pick up and move, can't pick up and go to the next place, then maybe it's a sad case, because you need to move on. You need to create something better for yourself, and I think that's the way I'm looking at this, is a betterment, a moving on, and something that'll help someone much better. I really like this piece.
Yeah, he always gives us something thought-provoking and layered. And you can have the last word.
So fast. Yeah, you know what? Well, Randall is one of my favorite poets. I can say that, and this is such a poignant weave. In the deepest part of quiet, when you peel away the skin, can you feel the weight of silence? Oh my God! I can feel the weight of these words. I mean, the burden of emptiness is the heaviest weight to carry, and this poem's title beneath speaks to me, somewhere, I feel it's talking about, burial of maybe someone special, or, feelings gone numb without saying them loud. And I can, sense the poet urging to his muse to speak to him what he knows maybe, yet wishes to hear those words, And he's put them so beautifully, and I think after a certain age, you don't want all those glitters. You just want, no more makeup. Just say them, just be very open in what you feel, and, and fly without their armor from a God-forsaken place. So that's what I get over here, that you cannot hear somebody's heartbeat and assume, but, you want to hear, because, again, so many doubts and self-doubts and hurts and pains and brokenness from the past, that you don't want to assume anymore. You want to hear them loud and clear talking to you, And writing, again, doesn't help. So that's what he's saying, speak to me. Talk to me. Come on, Elsie, and talk. So, lovely.
You are good,
so it's like that.
I think he's saying cut the bullshit and bring me to be real,
Yeah, it's all about that. Okay, I can see you from behind your curls, and I can see those eyes, and I can read them. But again, I want to hear, so it's about that.
Mm-hmm. Great. Jay, thank you. And thank you, Randall, for sharing. And again, I thank you that wrote for the show. I'll see you guys next month.
And thank you, Rack, for this.
Thank you, great
Rack.
show.
Awesome show,
Rack.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome.
Yep, it's on.
We're going to play the song?
You put one heck of it.
Okay.
And this has been another La Cosa Nostra Radio production. Thank you, everybody, for calling. This is JCA signing off.
Thank you.